Hi everyone and welcome to a new video here on the channel. If you've not been on the channel before, this is So Helena and Martyn. I'm Martyn. Helena is currently working away on a cruise ship, and what we like to do is we like to do videos on Disney, lifestyle. We like to vlog our everyday lives, like to vlog our travels, our adventures. We do have nicknames, Beanie and Budge, so I do like to sing, "We're Beanie and Budge, our fun and adventure." If you have just tuned in, yes, I am like this. So what I've decided to do today is a Star Wars tag, because I'm a big, massive fan of Star Wars. And this was actually inspired because I did a live stream last week. And within that, there was loads of questions coming up about Star Wars. One of my favourite questions was favourite character, beard and non-beard. And for that answer, I gave Obi-Wan Kenobi, because that covered the beard. And then for the non-beard, I said Han Solo, of course. I always wanted to be Han Solo. Thought he was super cool. And still do. So I actually searched YouTube to find a tag to do with Star Wars. And I got this from Aliha Mora. So thank you very much for all of these questions that I'm about to answer. Before we go into the actual tag, also got some very exciting news. From that live stream, during the live stream, it got brought up that I last year went to the MCM, I always get the name wrong, the MCM Comic Con in London, and I was gutted because I missed it this year. But then somebody, I can't remember exactly who, it might have been Sarah, told me that the London Film and TV Comic Con was coming up and that, you know, I should go. And then there's a few other people on the live stream that were saying that they were going as well, and that you should go. It's an amazing atmosphere. So I went and chatted to my mate about whether he'd be off on that particular day. It runs for a few days, but the day in particular we were looking at is Friday the 26th of July. He said he was free. I looked in my diary. I was free. And this morning we've booked. So yes, I'm going to be going to the London TV and Film, or is it Film and TV? It's one of the ways around. The TV and Film Comic Con in London, 26th of July. It's Friday. I'm going to be going. It's actually a week on Friday, which is crazy. And I have no time or the money really to put together a really good cosplay outfit, though I would love to. So if you've got any suggestions of anything that I could do on a budget, something I could just cobble together. I'm not the best at making outfits, by the way, so you've also got to throw that in. So it's got to be easy to make, easy to throw it together, and it's got to be cheap. So any suggestions, please put them in the comments box below. So also, this is going to be coming out of retirement. This is the first camera we used on the channel. This is the Lumix, I don't know what kind it is, Lumix Panasonic DMC TZ35, and this is what we vlogged on when we first started the channel. And I'll be taking this to the Comic Con. And the reason I'll be taking this is because the Canon G7X Mark II, always have to say its full name, is on board the cruise ship at the moment with Helena, because she's still vlogging her travels. But anyway, we need to get back to, and if you want to, sorry, going off on tangents, if you want to find out about all the equipment that we use, I'll put an eye in one of the corners. I actually did a video on that, told you about all the equipment we use for the channel, and what you could maybe get if you're thinking about starting your own YouTube channel. Let's do it. This is the Star Wars tag. So number one is, what is your favourite movie in the franchise? And we're not splitting it up. We're not talking originals. We're not talking prequels. We're not talking, and I'm not picking one from each. I'm just going for all of the films together. Favourite movie. You probably guessed by my t-shirt. This is the poster for The Empire Strikes Back on my t-shirt. And the reason I got this t-shirt is because The Empire Strikes Back is my favourite Star Wars movie. Number two is, what is the coolest planet in the Star Wars franchise? This one, I sort of narrowed it down to two. One of them you wouldn't really want to visit, I don't think. And the other one I would quite like to go and visit and meet the inhabitants of that particular place. The first one is Dagobah. So I narrowed it down to Dagobah. The reason I love that planet is because Yoda, that's where he decides to distance himself from everything that's going on, and that's where Luke Skywalker meets him. I love that whole section where he's on Dagobah. And then the other one is Endor, which is, of course, the planet that we see in Return of the Jedi, and we see the Ewoks that just look like teddy bears, but they help in the fight. So I think out of those two, I'll go for the one that I would probably like to visit. You know, it's on my bucket list. We'll go with Endor. Number 3, would you be a Jedi or a Sith? Now, actually, a few years ago now, we went to, what was it called? We went to this I think it was just called the Star Wars exhibit. It was in London at the O2. And you did this thing where you went around and you created your persona and your person, and then you like at the end you got to see whether you were a Jedi or whether you were a Sith. And I actually chose Sith. But in all honesty, I don't think I could be a Sith. I mean, I don't think I could be Anakin going into that temple, you know, in that little, what are we going to do? I couldn't have gone through with that, so I would be a Jedi. Number 4, who is your favourite character in Star Wars? Favourite character overall? Woo! I mean, how many noises can I make there? I think it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love the Ewan McGregor version of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I love the Alec Guinness version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm still hoping for Ewan McGregor to be cast in a standalone Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. I don't know whether we've gone past that, but I'd love to see it. So yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. Number 5, what is your favourite musical theme from Star Wars? There are tons. I mean, John Williams, just the music, if you go back and listen to it, it's just sensational. I went to the Royal Albert Hall and I saw A New Hope in concert, and obviously it was all the music played by an orchestra to the film, and what a joy that was. I would love to see the others with an orchestra. And that moment where it goes in with that opening Star Wars theme, I got chills. And I would say the Star Wars theme, you know, the main theme, because, you know, it does give me those goosebumps, but I think that's an easy answer. So I'm going to go for something different. I'm going to go for, it's actually from A Phantom Menace, and I think it's called A Duel of the Fates, and it's when Darth Maul is going up against Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn, and it's like the orchestra. I mean, I don't know what they're saying, but it's just, it's so dramatic, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, Duel of the Fates. And you can sense when that music starts playing, something's gonna go wrong. Number 6, what is the coolest battle in Star Wars? I think overall, I mean, there's a few great ones, but I'm gonna go with, I don't know if this is a controversial one or not, but I was looking forward to the confrontation between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker for so long. I just wanted to get through 1 and 2 just so I could see that fight between the two of them. And I think watching the behind the scenes footage, I watched a lot of special features to do with Revenge of the Sith, and seeing how hard Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen actually worked on that fight made me love it even more. So I'm going to say the battle between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker. What is your favourite ship? Well, this is easy. It's the Millennium Falcon. And I cannot wait to go to a galaxy's edge and actually step on board that ship and go, Chewie, we're home. Number 8, what is your favourite line of dialogue? My favourite line is a line that I often get wrong, but it's the one that my brother always used to quote to me when I was younger, so it has like sentimental stuff attached to it, and I'm going to read it because I will get it wrong. Okay, so it's the one from Yoda where he says, fear is the path to... Sorry for the impression. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Don't know who that sounded like, but it wasn't Yoda. It was like a bad tribute act. Number 9, what do you think of the prequel trilogy? This could land me in some hot water. I don't mind, you know, it's hard. You treat them as a bit of like a separate entity, which isn't really what you should do, because they're meant to be like part of the full franchise. They're very different, I find. If you watch the original 3 and then you go back and watch the prequels, there is a very different energy, pacing, just like atmosphere to them. I don't think the dialogue is as strong in the prequels. I think Phantom Menace was just a bit of a strange start to it all, and the fact that they found Anakin when he was so young, and then the relationship then became a bit strange between Padme and Anakin, I found. But there are some good performances, like Ewan McGregor. I really like Liam Neeson in Phantom Menace. I mean, there's the whole thing of Jar Jar Binks, which just caused uproar. I do remember when I was a kid, I did like Jar Jar Binks, but then you go back and watch it and you're like, what on earth is this? But I do like the idea that he ended up being a Sith Lord. That's what I try. And then he was putting it all on and he wasn't that daft. I do like to think that actually happened. There's too much CGI for me, I think. In like the original, they're trying a lot with models and, you know, puppets. And that's something I quite like about the modern ones, is that they're trying to still incorporate that. They're using CGI and special effects, of course, but they're still using those model shots. Whereas in those first, in the prequels, they really moved away from it, and it was like, right, we need to do everything on a computer. I can watch them, but they're not my first ones to go and watch. I will go and watch Revenge of the Sith quite often. I did like that one out of the three, but yeah, I can go a long time without watching Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones. That was a long-winded answer. Number 10, lightsaber or blaster? Oh, it's got to be lightsaber. I always wanted one when I was a kid. I wanted one of those toy ones that like unfolded. Well, not didn't unfold, but you know what I mean. Number 11, do you own any Star Wars games? I have owned in the past. I've owned Star Wars Battlefront. I've not played Battlefront 2, but apparently that was much better. And I used to have Lego Star Wars. And, I had for the N64, it was the Phantom Menace, I can't remember what it was called, but it was the one where you were actually in the pod, it was pod racing. And I remember playing that a lot. N64. Number 12, favourite Star Wars scene. Ooh, I think, this is tricky. There's two in my head. One of them is when Han Solo is getting put into carbonite and the whole I love you and I know. And the other scene is the meeting with Yoda. Oh no, right, I'm changing it. I think one of my favourite scenes, it has to be from The Force Awakens, when Harrison Ford, Han Solo and Chewie walk onto the Millennium Falcon and say, we're home. It got me. It was emotional. Number 13, which outfit do you wish that you had in your closet? I could do with having the outfit in my closet so I could wear it to the Comic-Con. Favourite outfit? I think going as an Ewok would be quite interesting. Yeah. There you go. Go as an Ewok. I'd have two. There's the Ewok. I'd quite like something that was like all over. So an Ewok, and then the complete opposite, a Darth Vader costume. An Ewok Darth Vader. It's a frightening image. Number 15, which character do you wish you had as a sidekick? It's got to be R2-D2, hasn't it? I love him as a sidekick. He's always just trying to take care of Luke Skywalker. He's just always trying to do his best. Favourite villain? The villain, I mean, it's easy, again, to say Darth Vader, but I'm trying to go away from like picking all the obvious answers. Favourite villain? The one that looked the coolest, I thought, was Darth Maul. And I think you could do a lot more with him. Well, I mean, he has popped up again in a few different films, and also I believe he's turned up in the animated series, and he actually got out of that situation that he found himself in The Phantom Menace. So I would like to find out more about Darth Maul. He just looked so cool. And then with that music, my favourite piece of music behind him. Oh, yeah. He was a bad one. Number 17, what colour lightsaber would you have? I'm sorry if you can hear the washing machine, by the way. You know, it's everyday life. The colour lightsaber, well, it's my favourite colour. I would go with blue. Yes, I'd have a blue lightsaber. And with a Galaxy's Edge, apparently I was informed that you can make a full-on, proper, hefty lightsaber at a Galaxy's Edge, as well as making the robot as well, your own droid. But I do believe that these lightsabers can cost you about $200. So I don't think I will be doing that, but that is a really cool thing that I would love to be able to do if I had unlimited funds. Number 18, Padme or Leia? Leia. All the way. Yeah, I mean, Natalie Portman, she did quite a good job in the trilogy, but hard to live up to such an iconic character like Princess Leia, I think. So Leia just has that gravitas, Leia has that aura, and played by the amazing Carrie Fisher as well. So yeah, Leia. Number 19, what are your thoughts on the new films coming out? I'm a big fan of Star Wars, so to have new films coming out is amazing, I think. It's something that I never thought would happen, because I thought they'd be doing like the originals and then the prequels, and then that would be it. That would be the story told. I don't think some of the films need to be made. I didn't think, although I enjoyed going to see it, I didn't think that Solo needed to be made, because a lot of his character is like, you don't know whether he's telling the truth or whether he's lying about like how good he is, because he's meant to be a rogue. So I didn't think that film needed to be made. And also I love Harrison Ford as Han Solo, and he's like the only Han Solo for me. He did a great job though, the guy that played him. But films like Rogue One, a Star Wars story, where it joined some of the dots, I thought that was a fantastic film and really added to the story arc, because I can happily go from episode 3 to then watching Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and then going to episode 4. I can happily do that. I wouldn't really think about putting Solo in there. I'm looking forward to the film coming out at Christmas. I was a little let down by The Last Jedi, but I'm hoping that they've pulled out all the stops. Because I loved Empire Strikes Back, I thought I would love The Last Jedi the most out of the new trilogy. But that's not the case. I much preferred The Force Awakens, and we'll see what the next movies got to offer. So that's it for the Star Wars tag. If you do it, then make sure you let me know, because I'm always interested to find out what your answers are. And if you have any other suggestions for any other tags that you'd like me to do, then put them in the comment box. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, then please hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Oh, and just to end, I am waiting on a delivery of something that I will be telling the channel about very soon. Very excited about it, and actually it's all to do with merchandise. So make sure you stay tuned to the Sohail and Martyn YouTube channel, because that announcement is coming very soon. So we will catch you in the next video, and when I say we, I mean me and Helena, because it will be a vlog from my time on board the cruise ship. So that's tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We got a new vlog live on the channel. Take care everyone. Bye.